Hey, welcome back. We're back in Timberborn today, and today we've got a project based around storage. However, we've got some things to do in this area before we go and set that up. First things first, last episode we got our packing plants in. There was something to do with that mod that corrupted the save, so I had to go back in and redo it. So hopefully everything is in the same spot as it was before, or at least close enough. We're going to put this here, and we're going to get our storage out. We'll figure out what to put in there once they block all this off. And look at that, we forgot a pathway right here. We forgot one over here the other day, but it looks like we had one missing there too. So they can go ahead and get that in there, and we'll go take a look at our storage that we're going to set up. So last time we started with this storage section, and I think we're going to change it just a little bit. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take out all of these. We're actually going to take out all of these as well. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead, remove all this. And let's get dynamite in here so that we can get all of the large warehouses in here that we need. And we can go right around there. That should be just fine. Here, we're going to go through and store everything in this area. And by everything, I mean everything. So we're going to have large storages for everybody. We're going to start with edible food, and we're just going to start with the algae rations, and we'll just work our way through on this. And hopefully that should get set up. Let's go ahead and set these up for a little bit higher. There we go. So that should take care of that area. Now, there's something here that I also noticed. This here is never going to allow water in because the water only comes into about here before it stops. That's the way it's set up. So we're just going to remove that for now. We're actually going to put in another road right here. We're going to take out roads. Here we go. Remove all you. All you can go. There you go. Pause all you. And we're going to go ahead and get some dynamite in here. We'll make that a little more important than some of the other stuff, but not the most important stuff. Something else we want, let's set this to logs. And we're going to make this slightly higher so that we know that we'll get some extra logs in here to build stuff. Now, if you noticed from last time, we've got some extra bots coming from the Great Falls District. So we're going to toss 10 here in District 2, which we still need a better name for that. I haven't came up with one yet, but we'll think of one eventually. So we'll move 10 bots over. And here in the Great Falls, let's say we keep 105, because that's how many jobs are out there at the moment. Everything else seems to be okay. I think the first thing that I'm going to replace is going to be the bots here. That way, stuff can get moved around a lot quicker and at all hours of the day. And that leaves us with some extra people now in District 2. So what we can do here is we will set you down to 130 and move our District 4 up to 40. There we go. And here we will put those to work in the hauling post. We'll get them all set up. They can do their thing there. Before I get too far away from this, though, let's go ahead and set up 3 more houses. That way we know none of the new ones that came over here will have to be sleeping outside for very long. We'll put those at slightly higher as well. Our fields over here keep dying, which, since we're getting plenty of imports, isn't a huge deal, but I'd still prefer that they didn't die. So we're going to do the same thing here that we've done in a couple of other places. Here we go. We'll put all of those in. That should keep a little bit of water around here and keep this green for a little bit longer. I think we're going to create some temporary water solution down here, some kind of storage for these. Something small, just so we have a little reassurance that we'll always have some water available, even if this river goes dry. So let's put in these. we'll set those up and we'll tell them that those are a bit more important as well. Let's go ahead and up our housing to the highest level. There we go, and they'll get that in eventually. Looks like they've already got our dynamite in over here too, so let's go ahead and blow that up. There we go. Still satisfying. All right, now we're going to go ahead, put in all the large warehouses over here. 3 and 4. There should be an extra large warehouse because there's 2 items that I don't think we're going to be storing because I don't think we're going to be making them, but we'll figure that out eventually. Now here, we've got 1 whole level done, but you can tell by, let's go to this, that there are 3 basically sections, so we're going to need 3 levels of each of these. So let's get started on getting these warehouses in here. All of them can go here. Here we go. Do we need to store this much? No. Will we ever need to store this much? Probably not. Are we going to store this much? You bet we are. There we go. All right, and over here, we're going to do those just as high. And here, we're going to do these just as high. In fact, that's probably 1 too high. There we go. And on top of these, we are going to do this. There we go. All the liquids that we will need. So we'll wait for some of the bottom stuff to get built, and then we'll work on the next step of that. With the water starting to come back in, let's take a look at some of these canals here. I think we're going to go ahead and just use a regular platform here. I'm going to come over something like that. There we go. We got to wait for these to get back in there. In fact, let's see if we can speed that up just a little bit. There we go. So we can pull all of those out of there. And then to get across this gap here, I think what we're going to do is let's grab, oh, there it is, our steel bridges. We're going to do 2 1x1s. Let's see. There we go. Put 1 here, 1 here. That makes a nice little bridge. And then on this side, we'll get rid of these, and then we will put in the same thing. 2 1x1 steel bridges. I don't think it'll let me put 1 in there until that tree is gone, but that's okay. Not that big of a deal. We'll go ahead and take the road out this way, take the road out this way, and then we'll wait for the beavers to get some stuff done. Coming back over here, it looks like we've got some things that we have plenty of and some things that we don't have quite as much of. Canola, for one, looks like we are constantly out. So let's go ahead and take out some of this crop right here. We'll put in a little bit more. In fact, let's go ahead and do that, and we'll see if the corn keeps up after that. Now, the other thing that we always seem to be low on is the algae and mushrooms. Here's where we're producing the algae and mushrooms, and as you can see, that takes just forever to make a decent amount of those. So what we're going to do is we are going to double up on those, and hopefully, let's see, there's our garden. There we go. That should give us the ability to get those ready to go. Let's put in the support structures that we're going to need to be able to get into them. 1 there, 1 there, 1 there. Yes, that is correct. If I remove this, I can do another staircase here. And we'll connect into them. And that, hopefully, will let us in there. There we go. In fact, they've already got the first one done, so we'll just match the other side. Mushrooms. And then algae. And we'll do mushrooms. And we'll do algae. There we go. That'll take just a second to get all set up. During the wet season, we rain out our district crossing here, so it causes a little bit of problem, but it also causes some extra workers to be free until this is dried out again. So what I think I'm going to do with those extra workers is we'll come in, we'll build, let's see, there's our builder's huts. We'll build 2 more of those temporarily, make those a little more important. We'll set the workplace down to nope, but 4 workers, and same thing here. That way, when this finally dries up, they'll all go back to this for the most part, and we can get some extra work done in the meantime. This little corner down here is doing pretty well on its own. In fact, we always seem to have excess power supplies, so we're going to take and we're going to use some of that. This number cruncher here should pretty much clear out that extra for us, and then we can go from there. We might actually hook these in as well, but we'll figure out how to do that at some point. Now for this number cruncher, I would actually like an extra... Where's our power? There it is. Power. Let's go ahead and put 1 more engine in here as well so that it has enough to run. And we are going to connect this in. However, we're going to take another look at another mod that just came through. The flywheels. Now this is a good idea. I've thought they should have had these in here before they had the gravity batteries, but our modders beat them to it, and now you can get these power storage devices that they're a bit smaller, a bit more useful. So we're going to start with the small one. There we go. And we are going to build a couple of those right there just to store a little bit of extra power. And we're going to put you in there. And once all those are built and in, we'll let this one go. In fact, we might as well toss in an extra charging station for the golems that we have around here. We'll pause that as well, though. We managed to get all of our canal in here, but I know as the water lowers, it's not going to keep some of this corner and probably some of this area green as well. So we're going to go ahead and just go out this far on both sides. We'll make a canal there as well. We'll let it store in a little bit more water on top of that as well, and then hopefully this whole area can stay a little bit greener the whole time. In this episode, we're definitely going to try and get over to this side of the mountain. I don't know if we'll get it built, but we should have enough, for the large suspension bridge. There we go. We'll put one in here. We'll put one in here, and they are 1 off on height. So we're going to have to connect them in this way. There we go. We'll put you here, and we'll put you here. Everybody likes a little bit of a ramp in their bridge, right? Just so they can get things done. We'll go ahead and make that staircase. So this goes there, comes up over here, and we're probably going to put a plant on this at some point, but we'll have to get there first. As you can see, our flywheels have gone in and they are working excellently. They're pulling in some extra power just in case for some reason we need more, and we might when our number cruncher finally gets in here. But hopefully that helps us out a little bit too with some of the science so we can get some stuff a little bit quicker. All of our bottom level has been created for this, so I think what we're going to do now is work on getting some of the vertical stuff in there. And there's not really much of a better way to do it than just ladder all the way up. We'll just go all the way up to the top there. Same thing here. We'll be putting all of these in and letting them build. And once that completes, I would call that pretty much the end of phase 2 for this. One thing I've noticed is I don't think our berries are keeping up, and if we're going to want to get more beavers here eventually, we might actually want to set aside a little bit more area. So what we're going to do, we're not just going to remove stuff, we're going to say, you know what, go ahead and cut all these down, but next time, don't replant them, and we will put berries back here once all of that's gone. At some point, I think we'd like to start making our own beavers over here. They can already go ahead and bring in some of the berries that we're going to need. So I think we should be good to get a couple of breeding pods over here. We'll start with 3. And if that's not enough, we'll put in more. But hopefully that lets us get our population up even more so that we can move on to the next corner eventually. While we wait for our gigantic cube of storage here, I think we'll put down some nice stuff for our beavers to do over here. Let's start with some of the basics. Let's put down a campfire and a campfire. And I believe with this type of bridge, we can go, yes, we can go right here. We'll come off of this, come off of this. I don't know if we're going to need any more campfires than that, but that should be good for now. What else do we have in the well-being that we can put in there? We could probably do, let's try maybe a shower? Well, we could put one there, or we could offset it just a little bit. Let's see what that looks like. That is that 3? There we go. 3, 3, and then we do well-being. Grab 2 showers there. There we go. That's a good start, I think. This area seems to be fairly low on planks, even though worldwide, I guess you could say, we have quite a few planks. They're taking a while to get over here. So I think we're going to put up some temporary industry. We'll put up, not that wood workshop. We're going to put a lumber mill here. We're just going to toss you down, let's say here. We will get power for that in the form of just some beaver. There you go. And do I want a flywheel? I could probably put in a flywheel and save myself some beaver power at some point. But it's only temporary, so I'm not going to worry about it. There we go. And hopefully these guys start helping out with making our planks. We've got plenty of lumber. So I don't think our small investment in breeding pods quite what we needed. So I'm going to go ahead and up that. We'll go ahead and get those ready so that we can get some more. We're starting to see some beaver shortages all over the place. So if I can get ahead of that, maybe we will be able to take care of it. We're probably going to need places for them to sleep, though. Looks like we've only got 3. So I'm just going to keep going on with this huge complex that I have here. This whole place is going to be a little bit more blocky than the other place, but that's okay. Sometimes designs can be different in different areas of the colony, I think. We better go ahead and put in, let's see, at least one more of these as well. There onto this side, so let's get those here. We'll get our water, deep water pump, there we go. And something like that can go in. We should be okay. We once again have our wet season on us, and our district crossing here is underwater, which gives us a couple more beavers to work with. So we're going to do something similar here. We're going to put another one in here, get some more power going. Let's see, we'll get another wheel here. There we go. Get that all connected in. And that should give us at least a little more leeway for beavers to get some more stuff built, because planks are just not keeping up as well as they could. Our storage is pretty much all set up. We're waiting for some of the tanks here to get up on top, but they are getting stuff put in there and stuff is getting filled up in here, so we've got plenty of storage. So I figured we'd go on to the third step, and the third step is simply for my own enjoyment, really. It doesn't really have to be done, but I'm going to do it anyway. And what we're going to do is we're going to connect all of these into all of the other ones and make all of the paths so any beaver can go directly to any point from any other point. Basically, I'm making a database that contains actual items, so it's a beaver ran database, if you can think about it that way. But what I'm doing is we're going to take a bunch of, these ones. We're going to come over here. We're going to come over here. Looks like I need some roads under there, doesn't it? So let's get those under there. We'll go here. We'll go here, here, and here. Let's get our ladders in. There we go. So they can go up there. And there we go. Now we're going to do the same thing here. Come across. Come across. There we go. All of those. Some of these. Some of those. More of those. More of those. Let's actually just do it this way. We'll go all the way up to the top here. There we go. All of those are filled in. All of those should be filled in here. Here. We'll fill these in real quick. We're going to need a 2 here. Is that a 2? That's 2. There you go. Fill in with this. There we go. All the way up to the top. All the way up to the top. Grab these, fill those in. More of those. More of those. These. 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 Finally, these. And those. This one, that one. This one. This we don't need. There we go. There we go. And that should be fine. I'll go back through here and put the paths on, and we'll take a look once it has some work done on it. I did manage to put in 4 lumber mills here to get some planks going for all the planks that we're going to need for this and probably some future projects. But it's still going a little slow. So what I noticed was I've got 5 extra bots here. And I think we will take and make a... Let's grab another power wheel. And we'll use one of our beavers to power up a couple of charging stations. We'll do, I don't know, 3 sounds good. Let's do this. And we'll tell them that I want that finished first and foremost, and then this is very important. So they'll work on that before they work on all of this over here. And then we'll get some bots to help probably chop down trees and bring in lumber a lot faster. And there we have it. The ultimate storage solution. Everything is stored here plus extra. So hopefully we never run out of, well, whatever it is we happen to need. We did have to build a little bit extra over here and get some bots going in it, but that's okay. we have this giant storage cube. But I think that's going to do it for this time. So just want to say thank you very much for stopping by. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.